starring Tommy Rettig as Jeff Miller, Jan Clayton as his mother, Ellen, George Cleveland as Gramps, and, of course, Lassie.
You do the dishes just because your Gramps went fishing.
Because you want to do me a favor.
I do?
We can go down to the lake afterwards and maybe... What's the matter? Not Judd Perkins.
Holy cow. For animal regulator? But that's Jim Teal's job.
He must be running against Jim Teal. That sneaky old...
Well, I don't understand this. Judd Perkins hates animals. Especially dogs.
That must be why he wants to get elected. He thinks all dogs should be kept leashed and muzzled.
Pokey with a muzzle? Gosh, it'll be terrible if he wins.
No more taking Lassie to school. No more rabbit chasing. He'll make him stay in a fenced-in runway or chained to the house.
Pokey won't mind the runway because he doesn't like to run, but he sure likes to go to school. More than I do, even.
Come on, let's go.
Where?
Down to Fowler's garage. My mom's on the election board. Maybe she can keep him from getting elected.
Gosh, you think she can?
I don't know. But if he ever wins, it'll be an awful day for the dogs of Calverton.
Sure would.
Let's go. If we're going to do anything, we better hurry.
Everything okay, Mrs. Miller? You folks need anything else?
Oh, we're very comfortable, Mr. Fowler, and very grateful to you for letting us have your garage for the polling place.
Nothing to it, ma'am.
We're certainly a lot more comfortable than we were last year. And with those doors wide open, it sort of, well, encourages people to come in and vote.
I hope so.
Well, you just holler if you want anything. I have to take off for a little while, but I'll be back in an hour or so.
Just a minute, Mr. Fowler. Have you voted?
Well, I'll do it when I get back.
You sit right down and do it now. There's nothing you have to do that can't wait for another 10 minutes.
All right.
Mom, could I speak with you for a minute?
I feel a little young for voting. Oh, I'll be right outside.
There you are.
Did you get the dishes cleaned up?
Mom, this is an emergency.
Oh, what's the trouble?
Well, Mr. Perkins is running against Jim Teal for animal regulator.
I know, Jeff. He started a write-in campaign this morning.
But you gotta stop him.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Jeff. Hold on.
Well, you gotta, Mom.
Jeff. Now, in the first place, Mr. Perkins has every right to run for office. And in the second place, the law does not allow any electioneering within 50 feet of the polling place.
We weren't electioneering. We just don't think he should be elected.
Oh, well, that is electioneering. You're not supposed to say anything for or against anybody who's running for office within those two signs.
But we gotta talk to you, Mom.
All right, boys. Ethel, take over for me for a few minutes, will you? I'll be right back. All right, let's just go. All right, now, boys, what's the problem?
Well, the only reason Mr. Perkins wants to get elected is because he hates dogs. And the reason he hates dogs is because, well, you know Johnny Newcomb's shepherd, Siegfried?
Siegfried?
Yeah, that's his name. Pretty crummy if you ask me.
Well, anyway, Siegfried snapped at Mr. Perkins' little girl and tore her dress. But the only reason he did is because she was twisting his tail and kicking him in the side. She always does things like that, and Siegfried was just warning her. Well, all Mr. Perkins saw was the snapping.
Whoa.
Well, anyway, he yelled at us, and he said if he had his way, all dogs would have to be kept leashed and muzzled. And if he gets elected, well, Lassie and Pokey...
Well, Jeff.
I see what you mean. I guess everybody has a stake in the elections, even dogs.
Well, there's Mr. Perkins now.
Quiet, girl.
All right,
there, folks. Now, just take your time voting, and I'll run you back when you're through.
I don't have to tell you how to vote. I reckon you'll know what to do once you get inside that booth. Yes, sir. I guess you'll know what to do.
I thought you said electioneering wasn't allowed within 50 feet of the polls.
Oh, he isn't electioneering. That's called getting out the vote. Mr. Perkins has brought in several carloads of people to the polls who might not otherwise have come in at all.
Oh.
Whereas the other candidate, Jim Teal, is out fishing.
Yeah.
Well, I must get back to my table.
Okay.
So long, boys.
Bye, Mrs. Miller. I just hope he doesn't catch a single fish.
Come on, we got work to do.
Whatever it is, it always turns out to be worse. Come on.
I'm sorry, girl. You only have to wear it for a couple hours. Don't worry, Pokey. Just think, what if you had to keep it on all the time? Did you get the records?
All I could find was 3 o'clock in the morning. Kiss me again.
Kiss me again? That's no good for election music.
That's all I could find. Well, the other ones were busted or scratched.
Well, that's okay. I think we got some in the attic. Come on, we gotta get those signs up.
What'd you say, Jeff?
I just said hi.
Oh, hi. Say, that's quite an outfit you got there.
It's okay, I guess.
You having trouble?
Well, it's taken so long to get from one place to another.
I have more respect for horses after today.
Are many people coming to vote?
Well, I wouldn't say it was a stampede, but Mr. Perkins has bought a right smart lot.
Yeah. Well, we'd better be going. We haven't got much time. Ready? Get set, go.
Oh, boys, I'm proud of you. It's a wonderful idea. Jim Teal couldn't have found better campaign managers.
It's been so slow pulling this thing around that hardly anybody's had a chance to see it.
That's a shame. Oh, poor girl. You look so sad.
Well, it just isn't fair to keep her muzzled like that. We gotta think of something else.
You there with that wagon. You get that thing out of here. You don't move that rolling zoo, I'll call the constable on you.
You can't order us away. We're more than 50 feet away from the polls.
Mrs. Miller, you get these kids out of here.
I'm sorry, Mr. Perkins, but the boys are quite within their rights.
Well, we'll see about that.
He can't do anything to us, can he? Like have us arrested or something?
Oh, now, don't be scared just because somebody has a loud voice. If you know you're right, you just stick to your guns.
Mr. Fowler told us that Mr. Perkins brought a lot of people to the polls.
Well, the voting's been very light, but he has been busy.
How many people have voted?
Oh, there's a list over there on the door. It has all of the names of the registered voters of Calverton. The names that are crossed off are the ones who've already voted.
Are we allowed to look at it?
Of course, it's up there for everybody to see. Oh, come on, don't be a couple of scaredy cats.
Holy, there are a lot of people here that haven't voted that vote for Jim Teal.
Yeah.
I've got an idea. Let's make a list.
List of what, Jeff?
A list of the people who would vote for Jim Teal. Then we can go out and remind them to vote.
But you mustn't stop with just the people who are for Jim.
Well, why not?
Well, because the most important thing is to get out as many people as possible.
But then what if we get somebody that'll vote for Mr. Perkins?
Yeah.
Well, then, if you get a lot of people to vote, you'll know whoever is elected is the one the people want the most. And if Jim wins, then you can really be proud.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, I get it, too. Even though I don't like it.
Oh, I see some people coming. Have to get back to work. Goodbye, boys, and good luck.
Thanks. Come on, let's get some pencil and paper. Okay, Woody, you got the ones near the Old Mill Road. Diane, you got the ones near your house.
I can't read some of these names. Your handwriting is awful, Jeff.
What's wrong with it?
Who's this?
Mrs. Barnhauser.
It is?
Now look, all you have to do is go and remind them that they haven't voted and that the voting polls close pretty soon. And tell them to vote for Jim Teal.
Suppose they don't want to.
Well, my mom says the important thing's to get out the vote. Besides, if they don't, it'll be their own fault if their dogs have to wear muzzles. Now go on. Come on, hurry up. We don't have much time. Thanks, Mr. Madigan. Come on, Lassie.
Holy cow! I forgot the Everetts. Come on, Pokey. This is your fight, too.
I got all mine.
Some of mine weren't home, but I saw most of them.
Good.
Jeff, do you think Mr. Perkins might get elected?
Not if enough people vote. Porky and Mary's gonna go over there now and see how many did. We'll see you later.
Okay.
Come on, go. Mr. and Mrs. Woolrich. They both voted and they're for Jim Teal. Mr. Wuxford, Judd Perkins. Yankowitz, Jim Teal. Mr. Young, Mrs. Young. Mrs. Young didn't vote.
I got Mr. Young to vote. He's for Perkins.
Miss Zachary, Judd Perkins. Mrs. Zwicker, Perkins. That's all the names that voted. There you are. Mom.
Oh, here we go again. How does it look, boys?
I'll tell you in a minute, Miss Miller. Golly, only 2 votes away.
Means Mr. Perkins might win.
Mm-hmm. You boys have done a lot for Jim Teal, but just a few votes can still swing it one way or the other.
We've seen just about everybody.
I know where there are 3 more votes.
You do? Where?
Fishing.
How much time do we have?
Well, the polls close at 7. You have 55 minutes.
Here. Come on, Porky.
We hadn't gone back to your place with your Graham's shoe. We could have probably found them by now.
Yeah, but what if they're not in their usual places? Then how would we find them? But with the shoe, Lassie can track them down. Come on, girl, let's find them. Well, this is where they usually start out. Lassie, here. Pokey? All right, find Gramps. Go on. She's got the trail.
What is it?
Empty package. Gramps' tobacco. They were here all right, but I don't get it. This trail leads away from the lake.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe they're going to work their way up the creek. There's a big lunker under the bridge. Gramps has been after him for a whole year now.
Yeah, but which way are they going from here?
I don't know.
Hey, Pokey, find the trail.
Lassie's got it.
Boy, now I know what they mean by running for elections.
What's the matter, girl? Look, we haven't got much time. You gotta find them. What's the matter? She heard them. They must be close by.
Hey, what's going on here? What's the matter with
Oh,
you?
boy, are we glad we found you.
We sure are.
Oh, you gotta come right away.
Was something wrong? What happened?
No, but something's gonna happen. Judd Perkins is gonna beat you in the elections.
Judd Perkins? Why, he ain't running against me.
Oh, yes, he is. He started a write-in campaign this morning.
Why, that low-down, double-dealing...
And he's been working hard at the election while you've been off fishing.
We're planning to come in and vote, boys. What are you so all fired excited about? We got plenty of time.
Oh, no, you don't. The polls close at 7 o'clock. You only got 20 minutes.
Why, that's ridiculous, Jeff. We got over an hour yet. I never missed an election in my life. By golly.
What?
My old turnip stopped here. They were right. They were right. We can't let that sour-faced Perkins win the election.
Where's the truck?
It's up on the road. We had Jim Teal's truck.
We can cut through this way instead of the way we came. Short.
Come on, no. Hurry. Come on, folks.
Can't you make this thing move any faster?
I'm pushing her as hard as she'll go.
I sure would hate to see you lose this election to Judd Perkins.
So would I.
Don't look like we're going to have any more voters. Might as well close up shop, huh?
We still have 5 minutes, Mr. Perkins.
All I meant was, I thought we could get ready to start the count.
We will. At 7 o'clock.
Heating up pretty fast.
Yeah.
Think she'll make it?
Your guess is good as mine.
Well, that's about it.
I guess that's legal, ain't it?
It is.
Votes still have to be counted, Mr. Miller. Election's not over yet.
Ooh.
Hurry up, Teal.
Does it always take so long to count the votes?
Well, they gotta make sure they're right, you know. Well,
Well, what?
You gonna move?
I know it's my move. I was just thinking.
Jeff, what if we lost? I mean, what if Jim Teal lost?
Look, quit chewing your fingernails. If you're hungry, go to the icebox and get something to eat, will you?
I don't know about you, Jim, but I'm exhausted.
It's Mom and Jim Teal.
Lassie.
And Pokey.
I'm sorry, but it looks as if you won't get to wear them after all. At least not for another year. Yes, and by 2 votes. Now, next year.
Yeah. Vote first and go fishing afterward, huh?
Exactly. Now, remember that, all of you. Now, if it hadn't been for Lassie and Pokey...
3 cheers for Lassie!
And 3 more for Pokey!
Yeah! Lassie! Yeah! Pokey! Yeah! Lassie!